Good morning, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Real quick, what do I mean by live if you're new to these videos? What I mean is that this is not a situation where I've already recorded everything and now I'm coming back and doing a trade recap or some sort of post commentary. Nothing like that. I'm recording myself, seeing the information for the very first time. So if you want raw thoughts, raw emotions, you're going to get that here. But if you are looking for a nicely edited, nicely scripted video, you're not going to find that here. So just to honor your time in that regard. But yeah, if you just want a nitty gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader, how day trading can play out, then you will find that in this video. Market opens up in less than a minute. So I'll see you back at the open. And the markets are open. Watching Tesla here out of the opening gates. And we'll see what it wants to do. And just scanning my monitors of the other tickers that I'm watching. So 698, potentially an interesting level. Although got to be somewhat careful because Tesla does not have a whole lot of volume. Let's go check out Facebook here. $329. Interesting area. I don't trade Facebook a whole lot anymore these days, so I can't say that I'm super familiar with it. If you do hear typing, that's just me making alerts in the chat room that I offer. If you're not familiar, I do offer a private community at claytrader.com. QCOM. So that's, what I've been alerting so far. Mainly Tesla. It does feel like it wants to go down and close that gap. Like I said, I want to give it a little bit more data to play out to get a better read on things. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause for now, and if I find something that looks like something I want to put my money into, then I'll get the video rolling. All right, watching 41.85 here on Riot for a potential short. I mean, I would want to see the price go down. Yeah, it'd have to be more of a scalp now that I see it. In at 41.86. See if it can get the move down through that area. Yeah, 41.85, definitely the level where if it's broken, it should move nicely. There it is. Really? That's all you're going to give me? I'll give it a little bit more of a chance here to get moving. All right. Did mention a scalp. Got the scalp there. So I'll take that for the little risk that I was taking on that one. I'm happy with that. But I'm still eyeballing Tesla over here. Yeah, still a little bit sketchy on the volume. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. Let's see. And again, I have multiple monitors. I'm looking at multiple stocks. So the awkward pauses are me just kind of looking around. CLOV. I was looking for that one to try to get up over 12, but not a hugely fast mover, so I'd probably need to do more position size on that one. But all right, well, let's see. What am I? What is that? $78. So up $78. I'm going to keep looking around. All right, right now, just made that alert in the chat room. Tesla 696.50 flush point. So I'm looking for that to potentially get short here, but I don't want to take it on this candle, though. So at least for the next minute, this candle needs to stay up above it. It may cause me to get left in the dust, but that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But I want to see just a tad bit more. And it would be fantastic, actually, if it comes back up, shows me some green, and then comes back down. Yeah, come on, stay green. Again, would love it to, even if it could get up to the 698.75-ish area. You know, I'm not going to take it on the next candle either, because I would really like to see it come up and then come down. Again, that might prove to be silly on my part. It may cause me to miss the trade, but that's just, you got to find your comfort level. You got to find what you, I don't know. Am I being silly in wanting that? Am I being high maintenance? Maybe so, because it just broke down through. I guess we'll see. We'll see if that was a good or bad decision on my part. And to really reiterate, this is a live video, so I don't know. Maybe I'm about to look really foolish here, or I'm about to look really smart here by putting in that requirement. As of now, it's looking like I look foolish, because there it goes. Well, you saw the alert that I made, so members that chose to play it differently than I did, hey, you know what? They chose wisely. I chose poorly, because it keeps on moving further and further. Oh, well, that's embarrassing. It happens. It happens. Had the thing bounce back upwards, I'd be sitting here saying, "Oh, great! I'm glad I put that contingency on it." But now all eyes going to be on that 694 mark. So I'm not going to give up on Tesla yet, but as far as that trade is concerned, yep, I definitely missed it. Watching 695.50 here on Tesla. Just going to go 50 shares. In at 695. See if we can get some more momentum. Fantastic break. Now it's just a question of, can we get more to the downside? 694 is definitely going to be a very interesting area. Bouncing up here a little bit. Well, let's see what it wants to ultimately do here. Again, 694 is going to be quite the showdown if it can get down to that area. I think it's got a good chance to. I am going to try to lock in some maybe a little bit beforehand though, because I don't know. I could very well see it bouncing off 694, but I want to at least give it a chance to break down through there. But I don't want to count my eggs before they hatch. It's first got to get down to that area. So it took out 25 there at 694, but now it's just a question of, can it get down through 694? Wow, didn't put up any fight at all, really. But that could just be a faulty breakdown also. Again, I know I'm not making a ton on this, but I wanted to manage my risk on the get-go just in case I was wrong. I think this is just too extended down here right now. And as you're seeing, it's really kind of struggling to get any sort of progress through 694. How did I knock it out at 694? What in the world? Tesla is quite the tricky bugger. All right. So right there, 63, only $63. I know. Had I gone in with a normal allotment of 250 shares, that would have been basically that would have been a very nice trade. But like I said, that could have felt like at that point maybe turned around on me, and I didn't want to risk taking a bigger size loss on that one. So reduced position size on it, because I originally missed that area up there. Entry point right there would have been fantastic, and I just wasn't paying attention, so I missed that. So I wanted to make sure that, all right, if this is a revenge trade, Clay, let's make sure that it's a revenge trade that's done well under control. Now, it wasn't a revenge trade. That was a totally valid setup. It just wasn't as good of a setup had it been up there, because that was that would have given me a better entry point. But all right, well, chipping away at things, now up $141, but hey, it's 25 minutes in. So I mean, $140 in 25 minutes, trying to keep perspective for myself. Not many places in the world where you can make $125 or $140 in 25 minutes. All right, I'm going to think about getting short here at 134. Yeah, just calculating in my head. So I'm thinking about it, but don't want to take it on this candle. I feel as though that's a little overextended right now. But if this next candle wants, and it is Apple, so I don't know, as I'm talking out loud here, do I really want to take, well, I mean, the risk is still controlled though, because it's not a fast mover, but that also means it's not a fast mover against you too. So it's all proportionalized, but yeah, I'm going to pass on it now that I think about it. So never mind on that one. Update here on Tesla. Definitely got very, very choppy right around that 694 mark, which is, where I got out. So feeling very good about that. But like I said, I had kind of noted that before, and that 694 was going to be a pretty interesting area. And it has, like I said, price has now just been literally below it, above it, below it, above it, below it, and now back above it right now. So there is still maybe a trade here, but I got to be very careful. I don't want to get myself, caught in some sort of chop fest where I got to wait for the next half an hour to see what ultimately happens. Although 694, even that's kind of sketchy. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it. But as of right now, I'm going to stay away from it just because it seems a little bit too choppy. But if I can get a little bit more indication on direction, then yeah, I still very well may be interested in Tesla. I have an order to buy 50 shares of Tesla at 687. So it's moving down currently, and I want to see it and need to see it drop down further if I'm going to get filled on these 50 shares. Now, I would like more than 50 shares, but that'll at least allow me to get my feet wet into the trade. So looking, because I don't really trust this breakdown right now. I think it's broken down enough, and I think that there could be some faulty breakdowns around here where shorts are chasing, and then the price starts to go back up, and the shorts, assuming they're disciplined, are going to say, uh-oh, I better be getting out. And in order for a short to get out, they have to buy, which would help the price move up. But as of now, I was right that it's seemingly a faulty breakdown, broke down, but not really much of a breakdown enough for me to get filled. So I'm looking for this thing to break down more. So again, I'm at 687 for my first 50 shares. And I would like to see a quick move down. So 688 is broken, and then want to see the price really get moving. So I'd like to at least capture the 688 break on video so we can see kind of how it behaves. But I don't know if it'll break or not. So the number I'm watching right here is that right there. I want to see, will this number right there drop below 688? That's the key number I'm watching. So there's 688. Is the price going to break down below it? And nope, once again, hold strong. Holding strong once again. We're at what, 14-ish minutes on the video. So I don't want to drag this thing out, just watching action that may not happen. So I suppose maybe this is a downside of these being live, is I'm waiting to see if something will happen, but I don't know if said something will happen. But I suppose, you know, there's pros and cons with that. Or I don't know, maybe you just like enjoying this. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Do you mind just kind of watching this action right now where we're trying to see if it's going to break or not, even though we don't know if it will actually break? All right, there's the break. There we go. There we go. And I'm in for my first 50 shares, that is. And out that fast for a dollar move back in my favor. So in hindsight, oh man, I should have done 250 shares. But let's start the process over again. So right there, talking about a fake breakdown, and look at that. You know there are shorts chasing, and it may come back down, to be fair, but as of now, you know that there's some shorts, feeling a little nervous about that, but I got to get my next order in. Let me double check. Yeah, 684.50. So a quick $50 there, as it went an entire dollar in my, entire dollar in my favor. But again, that could have kept on going, which is why I just wanted to slowly tiptoe into the trade. And yes, in hindsight, I should have went full size. But had it kept going and going and going, and I would not have been able to build, well then, and I would not have been able to, you know, add to the position like I would want, well then, that's a much different situation there. But overall worked out very nicely, and you saw how fast it got down there. So, and right now still may be a faulty breakdown, but if it wants to keep on breaking down, then I'm ready for, like I said, my next allotment at 684.50. So it's breaking down some more. I realize that it's relatively far away right now, but like I said, the strategy requires you to get kind of some crazy entry points. So we'll see if it can break down there or not. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause now. You already saw the idea, so I'm not going to have this video drag out as we wait for the price action. Super excited I caught that on video there. Glad we waited. You saw exactly what I wanted to see happen, but I will go ahead and pause for now. Watching 681 here, in at 681.20. Looking for the move down here to 680 and below, ideally. See if we can get that momentum. If it gets down below 680, should move nicely. That also may be a big if here. Took off 25 just because at this point, not quite sure if it wants to go. So I'm going to reduce my exposure here risk-wise. It still may, which is why I still have 25 shares. But if it doesn't, and there it ultimately did, not a good break at all, though. Still want to give it some chance. There we go. Beautiful. This is a tough one to get filled on. Maybe I can get more than 679 now. This move is so overextended right now. There we go. I'll just take the 679. So another nice trade. Again, Clay, why don't you go with bigger size? Just because this thing has been beat down so much that you got to think one of these bounces may actually be a legitimate bounce. But it could just be a breath before the next leg down, and that was a breath before the next leg down. So yes, I get it. In hindsight, I definitely should have went full size or bigger size. But had it gone against me, I'd be sitting here saying, whew, I'm glad I only did, you know, the 50 shares, because that kept my losses under control. So, but I guess this also goes to show you don't have to trade a huge size. I mean, I'm just, you know, throwing, and I am on a margin account. So I get, well, what are you talking about, Clay? You're trading Tesla with even 50 shares. Yes, but I'm using a margin account. One thing I've learned in the comment section is I don't think a lot of people understand that margin, what a margin counts are, what leverage is, because they just seem to think that I have like some sort of $1 million account, which is not even close to being true. So before, and like I said, I say this as somebody that wants you to learn. But before you go and start to comment about, well, Clay, we don't know how I have massive accounts like you do. I don't have a massive account. I'm using margin and leverage. So if you don't know what that is, then I offer YouTube videos on my channel, talking about what that is. So just keep that in mind. But there we go. So now I'm up $260. I'll take it. And let's see what else I can find. I'm going to keep an eye on Tesla, but I feel like this thing's got some sort of bounce in it because this thing has gotten absolutely destroyed to the downside. And yeah, pretty crazy, but let's see what else I can find. Okay, I'm watching 684 here, in at 684.18. Let's see if we can get the breakdown through there. Or are we going to get a bounce off this trend line? I think we got a good chance of making it through to that trend line. But let's see what it wants to do. There's the break, kind of. Well, tried, and then that trend line's holding us up. The power of trend lines, I suppose. See if it wants to give it another go. And what is that up there? 686. Okay. Now the question becomes, do I want to maybe add to the position if it comes back down to 683.50? Yeah, I am going to add. I'll add to a winner, assuming it comes back down at 683.50. Because that would be giving us a just beautiful 5-minute looking chart too. But if this goes up over 686, I need to get out. And we'll have a nice lesson here in trend lines and why you want to respect trend lines. Because technically speaking, I didn't respect the trend line. I thought it would break down through it. And as of now, it is not. So at 684, I'm going to add in 25 more. Because that would be basically a trend line break. But again, I'm waiting for 684. Sorry, I'm not talking, but I got to stay laser focused here because I'm watching that 684 number. What? Maybe it's going to bounce off that trend line again. Maybe we're going to get a valuable lesson in trend lines here. Watching 684 like a hawk. In at 684, nailed it perfectly. But did I get suckered in is the question. Can it get the break of the trend line? Quite the battle here. I might have to lighten the load here. Just because I don't know at this point. There we go. Now can we get some real continuation here? See it down below 683. All right, I'll go with 25 shares then, just because got the break, and not only the break of the trend line, a break of a very nice support, and just not really doing anything. Now, in my mind, it should have had no problem at all getting down to 683 and below. Now, if I'm sitting here saying it's got to get down to 680 within 2 seconds, okay, that's a little different. But 683, in my mind, should have been able to do that much easier than what it has. And it finally did go down, so I'm glad I'm still hanging on to some shares here. But all right, so all out there now for another trade. So again, I suppose I should have went bigger share size, but to my credit a little bit, at least I did add in 25 more shares to bring my position size up to 75. But like I said, it's just, I'm shocked right now that Tesla is once again rolling back over. I mean, I thought it had a chance, but I mean, really? And it once again is, although like I said, I think that the weakness of this trendline break and that support break there is kind of illustrating that, yeah, I don't know how much strength the bears actually have left, because even now, this is, again, was not looking for it to drop down to 680 within a minute, but I was certainly looking for it to pick up a little bit more downwards authority than what it's been displaying here. But overall, another winning trade, so I'll take it. Have an order in a buy 250 shares at 673.85. I think that any break of 676 is going to be a fake break, and it may break and make a move to the downside, but then I think it could potentially snap back up relatively quickly. So there is the break, but now it's just a question of, can the price actually get down to me at 673.85? And was hoping for a much more violent break than what happened. So needless to say, not the most inspired by that move. So I'll go ahead and pause for now, and we'll see if it can ultimately maybe try to come down a little further or not. Well, I was right in the sense of that was going to be a total fake breakdown. As you can see there, it broke down, and now look at this thing right back up. Problem is, and that's why trading is hard, just because I was right that it would be a fake breakdown, I was wrong in terms of actually implementing the trade plan in terms of my entry point. So, good example there of why trading is so hard. Well, yeah, you can be right about general ideas, but you still got to be able to actually take those ideas, quote unquote, and implement them in the real world of trading where you actually get practical results, which is where I was totally wrong. So never really, I guess it got kind of close. It got within about $1 or so of my entry point, but not close enough to make it good enough. And even if it got it within 1 penny, still not good enough, because I'm just sitting here watching what I thought would happen, but I'm watching from the sidelines. But it is what it is. Okay, I have an order at 54.85 here on Uber, as this movement is getting pretty crazy to the downside to go long. Now, I'd like more than 500 shares, but 500 shares would allow me to get my feet wet. But is it going to bounce from there? Maybe it is going to bounce right up from that level. And I'll be honest, before I had the video going, I had an order at 55.05 that I canceled and changed to 54.84. So yeah, in fact, now that it bounced from there, I need to change this down a little bit more. So 54.65. So I would have been totally fine there for a quick scalp. So I confess, I didn't trust my gut instincts, and it would have been okay. But let's try again here down at, actually, let's just do this at this point. 54.51. Again, I would like more than 500 shares, but this would allow me to get, or do I want to try to play a fake breakdown of that 54.50? Yeah, I do like that better. Let's go to 54.35. And I think I can get more out of the gain. So looking for a fake break of the 54.50, meaning breaking down through there. Ideally fill me at 54.35. Then if it wants to snap back up quickly, great. If not, if it wants to keep on moving down, I'll look to add to the position. Because again, ideally, I'd like more than 500 shares, but I'm not going to turn that down. There's the break. Can I get filled? There we go. So in first 500 shares at 54.35. So looking like I'm going to be able to get some down here. Got those. So just still 1,000 shares, nothing huge. Have an order to get out. There we go. And all out there, fantastic for $162 on that trade. In hindsight, no, I was going to say in hindsight, should have added some more down there, but no, my next ad shouldn't have been until at least 53.50. But I am still interested, so I will gladly start the process all over again if this thing wants it to get down below 53.50. But I'm not quite sure if that's going to happen or not. But there we go. So was able to build into the position. I mean, I added 500 more. But like I said, that was all pre-planned. So that was not like me getting in and then saying, oh, well, crap. Okay, I'm just going to randomly average down. There was no randomness in that at all. So yes, I averaged down, but in my mind, and I mean, not in my mind, I mean, there's a big difference between averaging down, which is just you're randomly, you get into a position, you're like, oh, I was wrong. All right, well, let me just lower my cost basis. No, in this situation, I started small because I knew that I'd like to get more than my original position size, which is what happened here. And yeah, wow. In hindsight, I definitely shoulda, coulda, woulda. But at that point, you know, you never quite sure. And as far as if this thing comes back down, like I said, I would be interested. But at this point, not looking like it's going to want to get down below 53.50. But overall, nice little trade right there. Let's see, what am I up? Now up 465. Come at 52.75 here now in Uber. It totally rolled back over, so this one's back in play. But again, I'm not interested unless I can get at 52.55. So I'll go ahead and pause for now because yeah, we are over 30 minutes already. So I mean, if you're still here right now, I mean, thank you. But let's see if we can get this thing down below 53. Watching 54.85 here on Uber. Want to see it get up here to at least 55.15 if I'm going to take the trade. So step one, 55.15, then want to see it come back down. Which again, to be fair, maybe this is going to cost me missing out on a trade, but that's just what I would like to see first happen. So I want to see this candle go green a little bit, or is it going to just leave me behind? It's really not doing much of anything. Let's go over to Lyft real quick. I like a short at 58.55 if it can get up to that level, but that's still a ways to go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. I'm going to go ahead and get short here. At 55.24. Looking for this thing to come down here a bit. Love the setup. So let's see what it wants to do. Thought it might go a little bit quicker than this, but that's all right. Yeah, 55.15-ish definitely seems to be that key area. Question is, do I want to add if this thing comes back down? Because that would be looking pretty at that point in time, if it wants to come back down. What is that low? No, that low, 55.30. So right now, 55.30 is definitely going to be that new kind of key level that'll need to be broken. But I want to make sure that I'm not getting stuck in some sort of sideways grind fest right now. Again, 55.30, definitely that new key stubborn level. So can it break down through 55.30? That's the big question now. I don't know. Such a tight little range here on this. What is that low? 55.35. If this goes over 55.50 and then comes back down to 55.35, I will add. Okay. Let's see if it wants to come back down to 55.35 now. So watching 55.35 very closely here. What does it want to do? Well, maybe this is a legitimate breakout here. I was thinking and hoping that it would want to roll back over from this area, and it still might, but not totally encouraging right now. But again, still watching 55.35. But at this point, I might just get myself into a little grind fest here. Maybe. All right, getting some movement to the downside. Again, watching 55.35. But 55.40, if you remember right, was that stubborn area beforehand. So we'll see if the price can actually break down below it or not. Goodness, this thing is so hot. Where are we at the video? Wow, almost a 40-minute video right now. I don't know. I'm almost wondering, should I just pause this? I suppose if you're still here right now, then you want to watch all this action. But yeah, I definitely did not expect this to be such a slow mover. all right, all out there taking the loss on that one. I'm not going to deal with this thing anymore. And it may still come back down. Maybe it comes down right here. Am I going to look like the fool? 55. Let's see. I don't know. Such a slow little grinder here. Even if it comes down to test that trend line, that's 50. Yeah, it's... Yep, not worth it. I'm going to go ahead and pause. Quick little rest of the story there. It did roll over, so I would have been okay, but that's all hindsight because even before, so at one point, got to keep in mind, it looked like this. Where it was basically breaking out there. And yeah, I know I could have moved my stop loss up and up and up, but at some point, you just got to admit that this thing might really be getting ready to turn around, but nope, it rolled back over. But such is the life of trading. So if you've ever been there before where you're in a trade and then you are disciplined, you cut the loss, you manage risk, and then it goes in your favor. Hey, I've had it happen many times too. That's just part of the game. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. And if you're still here right now, 40 minutes later, I thank you very much. As far as I'm concerned, we are like truly officially friends now. And I don't even know how many trades I captured. I feel like this was like 7 or 8 trades, but a whole bunch of trades. This may be a record actually for not only longest video, but most trades captured in a single video. But before I do go, one request on my part, because these are live videos, I am doing a lot. I am thinking for myself. I'm thinking about what I want to say to you. I am thinking about alerts that I want to make in the chat room. So there's a lot going on, and while these videos are not impossible, they are difficult to do, but it's always just from strictly a time management standpoint. I want to make sure that they are worth my time, and if they are worth my time, then you can communicate that to me by doing 2 things. Hitting that like button and leaving a simple comment, even if it's just maybe like a clock emoji. Does that even exist since this was such a long video? But commenting with even an emoji and then hitting that like button, those 2 things communicate to me that these videos are worth it. And as long as I know that this is worth my time, I will continue to put together these live trade videos. So thank you seriously, thank you so much for hanging out with me for so long. Like I said, as far as I'm concerned, we are officially friends. I really appreciate you coming on this journey with me. And yeah, I'm not going to lie, really wish I had gotten up over 500, which is, sort of my goal. But sometimes that doesn't happen. I was close, and then Uber got me, and I gave back some of those gains. But, it happens, and it is what it is. But everybody, thank you, take care, and thank you for hanging out with me for this long, friend. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only 1 losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.